I used to think the scariest thing in the world was the dark. I was wrong. The scariest thing is a light that shouldn't be there. A light that watches you back. My name doesn't matter. What matters is 3 nights in October, 4 years ago, on a stretch of county road so empty the map barely bothers to draw it. I'm telling you this because the missing hour still doesn't add up. Because I still find marks on my skin I don't remember getting, and because 2 nights ago I saw the light again. Let me start at the beginning. I was driving home from my cousin's place, out past Route 9 where the streetlights give up and the cornfields just swallow the road. 11 at night, no traffic, no radio signal past a certain mile marker, just static, like the air itself had gone dead. That's the first thing I remember clearly, the radio dying. Not slowly, not fading out, it just cut, mid-song, like something had reached out and pinched the wire. Then the temperature dropped. I felt it before I understood it, that specific, wrong cold that has nothing to do with weather. The kind of cold that feels like it's coming from inside the car. And then I saw the light in my mirror. Not headlights. Headlights flicker, wobble, have a shape you recognize. This was a single point, low and amber, hovering maybe 6 feet off the road, steady, patient, like it had been there the whole time and I was only now catching up to it. I did what anyone does. I told myself it was a farmhouse porch light playing tricks through the trees. I told myself that all the way until it appeared in my mirror a second time, closer, even though I hadn't seen it move. The engine didn't stall. That's the part people never believe. It just stopped being mine. The wheel went heavy in my hands like driving through wet sand, and the car eased itself onto the shoulder without me choosing to pull over. I want you to understand, I was not afraid yet. Not really. Fear needs a shape to hold onto and I didn't have one. What I had was wrongness. A pressure behind my eyes. A hum I felt in my teeth before I heard it in my ears. Then the hum became a tone. A single held note, low enough to feel in your chest, and the amber light split into 3. 3 lights, arranged in a perfect triangle, hanging in total silence above the cornfield to my right, and underneath them, where the corn should have been swaying in the wind, nothing moved, not one stalk, like the whole field was holding its breath with me. I remember reaching for my door handle. I remember my hand not listening. Here's where the story breaks. Because I break here, my memory just stops. Like a page torn out of a book, clean on both sides, no ragged edge to tell you something used to be there. The next thing I know, I'm still in the driver's seat. Same road. Same shoulder. My hands are on the wheel at 10 and 2, like a driving test cliché I never do in real life. The clock on my dash says 1:47 a.m. I'd left my cousin's at 11. The drive was 20 minutes, even if I'd sat on that shoulder shaking for a while. That's not 2 hours and 47 minutes. That's not close. My phone had no missed calls, no notifications. Like time had folded around that stretch of road and pinched itself shut behind me. I drove home going 80 in a 40. I did not look in the mirror again. I didn't sleep. I sat on my bathroom floor with the light on until sunrise, because some animal part of my brain had decided the dark wasn't safe anymore, and honestly, it still hasn't changed its mind. It was in the shower, 2 days later, that I found the mark, small, perfectly round. Just above my hip, like a coin pressed hard enough to leave a bruise but not hard enough to break skin. No scab, no soreness. Just there, a perfect circle where no perfect circle should be. I told myself I'd bumped into something. I told myself a lot of things that October. I stopped telling myself things when I found the second one. Same size, same perfect roundness, on the inside of my wrist, where I would have seen someone do that to me. The dream started that same week. A room too white to have corners. A table that's cold in a way metal shouldn't be. Stay-pots moving at the edge of my vision that I could never quite turn fast enough to see head-on. Like they knew exactly how fast my eyes could move and stayed one step behind, always. And in every single dream, the same 3 amber lights. Except in the dream, they're not hanging in a cornfield. They're hanging directly above my face, close enough to feel the cold radiating off them, like they're made of something that isn't quite fire and isn't quite ice. I'd wake up gasping, hip aching, wrist aching, with the taste of pennies in my mouth. I know how it sounds. I know exactly how it sounds. I spent a year telling myself it was stress, sleep paralysis, a bad night on an empty road that my brain dressed up into something stranger than it was. I almost believed it. I wanted to believe it. 2 nights ago, I had to drive that same road again. Different reason, same stretch of nothing. I told myself 4 years was long enough. I told myself I was being ridiculous. The radio held. That's what I noticed first, that it held, all the way past the mile marker where it used to die, and some small stupid hopeful part of me thought, see? Nothing. Just a road. Then, right at the old spot, the exact bend, the exact stretch of shoulder, my radio cut out mid-song, not static, not slowly, cut. Clean like something reaching in and pinching the wire. I didn't stop this time. I put my foot down and I did not look at the mirror, because some part of me, the part that still has two perfect round scars it can't explain, already knew what I'd see there. But right before the static swallowed the last note of that song, I heard something underneath it, low held, a single tone, felt more than heard, the same one from the field. I made it home. I'm here, telling you this, which means I made it home, but last night for the first time in 4 years, I found a third mark. And I keep thinking about that triangle of lights. 3 points. 3 marks. I don't know what happens when the shape is finished. I don't think I want to be there when I find out.